It's the morning cryptos, the favorite moment of my day, and I just turned on my computer and it had rebooted, so it's all fresh and happy, and it's looking like, wow, at this moment on the chart, looks like we are really close to popping another new high. Looks like it's about to emerge. We're at 74.89. The thrills, the spills, the actions here. The thrills, the spills, the actions. Let's try that again. The thrills, the spills, the action. Right here on the Morning Cryptos. Let's do it. Oh yeah, that took a lot of energy. Ooh. Okay, we're gonna look at the news real quick, but I just want to look at the. I want to look at the 1 minute chart. I'm addicted to the 1 minute chart, people. I love the Bitcoin 1 minute chart because then you can see what's happening real time, and you can kind of get a sense of what the momentum is. And just from 6 o'clock down here, look at this. That way you can feel like you're getting a run-up every day. The thrills, the spills, the action. I love it. All right, so we're going to come right back to Bitcoin in just a second. I want to get a context. I want to see what's going on. Bitcoin price rebounds to 7,400 as Segwit2X support declines. We're going to take a peek at that. And then we have the New York Times. We looked at this yesterday. Hedge funds push the price of Bitcoin to new highs. Okay. And then this, Business Insider, I haven't seen them before. Just take a quick peek at this. Okay. All right, so. Oh, and she spent a day trying to pay for things with a bar of gold and Bitcoin. Boy, whatever. That's dumb. Okay. Yeah. We could also spend a day trying to pay people with salt or wampum or cigarettes or anything else that people have used as money. And by the way, kids use everything for money, right? This is not a strange thing. This is a human thing. Let's see what they have to say at Crypto Coins News about Segwit2X support declining. And I don't know who owns these people, so I don't know what their bias is, right? And Charlie Lee revealed that Nick Szabo, blockchain, Bitcoin, and smart contracts pioneer from the Bitcoin community, blah, 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 blah. So Nick Szabo, blockchain, Bitcoin, and smart contracts pioneer whom the Bitcoin community considers as a figure closest to Bitcoin creator Satoshi Nakamoto, has publicly expressed his opposition against Segwit2X. Do you see how this is becoming a little bit religious, people? It's like, first we have Satoshi Nakamoto, right? He's kind of like the revelation of God, right? And then the person closest to him, or the people that had email contact with him, they're now like the apostles, right? I don't want to go too far with the analogy, but anyway. But scaling is a sensitive but important topic. And they want it. See, this is really a big key. We want Bitcoin to continue to be decentralized. Any changes, any improvements need to be decentralized. And the thing is, the Segwit2X thing, it's a bunch of businesses, right? And the small block supporters between the big block supporters. All right. Well, I've been researching a lot about this whole Segwit thing, and I will expound as we go. So Bitcoin's about to make a new high, just as we're sitting here watching. So we're going to check back and forth, and maybe it'll happen. Maybe it'll happen right here on camera. It'll be a historical moment. Let's look at Bitcoin Cash. Bitcoin Cash seems to be making a consolidation, and we'll watch it, see if it's going to move. And again, I'm not real keen on it. There's certain things I like about projects. I like originality, and I like a really good team. And I'm just not a fan of the forks. I'm just not. We'll see. And I'm willing to change my mind, people. So if you're a diehard Bitcoin Cash person and you think it's going to eventually replace the legacy Bitcoin, I'm open to seeing that happen. I don't think it's gonna. That's just my opinion, and I could be totally and completely wrong, and I'm okay being wrong. All right, so I'm keeping an eye on it, but it looks like it's somewhat mimicking Mama Papa Bitcoin, which we'll look at here. Just this kind of consolidation pattern. We're going to keep checking in, and let's look at Dash. Last I checked, it was starting to make some moves. So it looks like it's still working in that direction. Good, good. What's going on with EOS? Okay, we still have a little life in EOS. That's good. Looks like some altcoins. Ethereum, I just bought more last night. I just think it's a great buy. And a number of you have said, well, it's been hacked, it's been this, and that's just negative press, people. The hacking makes it better. They have a really, really good team of developers who are being tested. It's how you test a system. The hackers are kind of like, a cold virus in your body. It may take you down for a little bit, but it makes you stronger. It improves your immunity, it improves the system. So that, to me, the more I look into Ethereum, and I've heard pretty knowledgeable people say that it's just not as good. It has all these problems, but it does a lot. And it is, at the forefront of what is going on. It's just right now, it's a sleeping giant, I think. At 298, like, people, like, let's look at some value here. And what I like about it, even if it doesn't do anything other than just sit here in this sideways channel, it's got a massive amount of support. Let's just look at the support here, right? And yes, it has dipped below here, but mostly it hasn't. Mostly it's been right on this support line. It's just, I think that's sweet. It's a really solid channel. So I am still thinking Ethereum, people. And again, this is just what I'm doing, right? And I'm just being transparent and sharing it with you so that you, A, know you're not alone, and B, you know that nobody knows everything. Nobody is always right in this field. So you have to do your own due diligence and decide what you think and do your own research. And what I'm hoping is that we can have a community of people who are helping the new people to not get hooked into Ponzi schemes and not chase a rising market, or do something just to learn some basic techniques so that you don't drive yourself crazy with this, because you can, right? And that for me is the hypnosis of money. Just like, how is my mind being affected by these ideas, right? And your mind, you can literally, with your thoughts, change your epigenetic code. That's some other stuff that I research all the time as well. And it's just fascinating. So that's why I think Ethereum's good. And why you should make your own decision. That's all. All right, IOTA, a little life there. And we are also early in the IOTA project too, so I'm not too concerned. Litecoin. This is what I want to see, right? I still have a sell order on Bittrex around 91 because I think it's going there. And I'm learning patience, right? I could have canceled the order, but I wanted to practice just going, okay, I'm going to have a 6 to 12 month trading view. And I'm going to get into position before things get crazy, buy low, sell high, right? And I think Litecoin should be easily $100 in value. But I also like the fact that it's chugging along and is rising quite steadily, but somehow seems to manage, and I say this almost every day, it somehow seems to kind of almost stay right, at this 55 mark. It's gone as low recently as 49, but it has really good support, and I just love drawing my lines. If we followed this line out, it'll probably hit 90 in January. But it's moving. It is moving. And so this is also where the newbie, gets hooked. It's just like, I wasn't thinking about Litecoin. Ooh, let me go get some Litecoin. No, don't get Litecoin. It's moving, right? Don't get it when it's moving. Get it when it's not moving. That's why I look at all the charts every day. It may be boring to some people, but that's okay, because it's the people who are willing to do the boring stuff and to go against the crowd, right? Earl Nightingale, he said, if you ever don't know what to do, look and see what the crowd is doing and then do the opposite, right? It may not be the best thing, but it'll at least be better than following the crowd. And right now, the crowd is starting to return to Litecoin. So just keep an eye on it. I would definitely, if it comes back to this area of support here, I would definitely get some more if I didn't have any or if I wanted more. But I wouldn't buy more today. That's the point I'm trying to make, okay? So hopefully that is helpful to you and will protect you from FOMO, the dreaded disease of the trader, fear of missing out. And it is the human mind. It works in dating and relationships. It works everywhere. People are afraid of missing out. It's used against you every day in marketing. Every single day, the advertising agency uses fear of missing out to sell you everything. Like, your teeth aren't white enough. You're going to miss out on the people who will date you if your teeth were only whiter. Fear of missing out. It's there. Fear, uncertainty, and doubt. That's And some of it's valid. Like, our entire financial system is on very, very thin ice right now. Shaky ground. Should we be fearful, uncertain, and doubting? To a certain extent, yeah, of anything that our government says or does. I've just revealed I have libertarian leanings. So if you don't, that's okay. I love you too. But, all right. Did I talk enough on Litecoin? I really like Litecoin. See, the thing is with all these forks of Bitcoin that they really haven't fixed anything. But Litecoin is also a fork of Bitcoin. But it's a friendly fork, and it's been continuously developed since it forked, right? To be the currency that people could actually use. But they're not going to use it unless they've heard of it, and they're not going to hear of it unless, like, merchants and other people start actually accepting it. But we're not there yet. We are still early people. That's what's so beautiful about this. We are early to the tulip bulb craze, right? To the tulip mania. And it will be like tulip mania, but just larger than anyone has ever. Oh, come on. I'm frustrated with the Neo chart because we have this huge line and it just screws the chart up. There we go. Get it off. Get it off to the side a little bit. Okay. I don't know if there's life in Neo, but it looks like there might be. I'm bleh. I would not yet get into it because I'm not seeing a pattern that I like yet. And so I don't have any Neo, but I'm keeping an eye on it. Okay? So, Omise Go. I do have some Omise Go. I think I got like 27 of them. And this is against the US dollar. Okay? And then we have Monero against the US dollar. We got a little boost. Kind of a little bit like Litecoin. We got a little boost, but it still has not broken out of its channel. That's the resistance, which will be support. And we have the sweetest little sideways channel you've ever seen. But again, if you're going to get Monero, don't get it at the top of the channel, right? Unless you think it's about to go. So like maybe someone who's a momentum trader might put an order above here, but also the other traders know how to boost the market up to hit your order and then use it against you. So I don't really like leaving those kinds of orders in, just because, I don't know, it doesn't work for me, but you might want to get into that. Just right now, I would not want to buy it. I want to buy it down here, right? So that's what you want to think about, okay? And I don't know what I paid for my Monero, and I don't know when I did it, but I think I did it over here. I just have one, just because I wanted to see what it was like, and I found out it was a, you have to get their wallet and you have to figure out where to put it, and I haven't done any of that yet. But anyway, that's Monero. Okay, let's look at Civic against Bitcoin. See, this is when, Civic against Ethereum, just to get a sense of it. This, to me, this is a buy signal. We have a lot of support, and we are in a sideways channel. This is the time to get it, right? It has been much higher, so there's room. There's a history. It has gone a little bit lower, but look at the support. For me, that's the big thing. We got a bunch of price support here. That to me says some very positive things, that it's kind of holding steady and it's just a quiet time. And that, again, people, that's the biggest opportunities. Everybody else is focused on Bitcoin. Let's look elsewhere. Let's see what else is going on and see if there's some opportunities. Do I have Civic? I think I do. I think I have a little Civic. And let's see. Let's look at Quantum against Bitcoin. Ooh, Quantum's moving up a little bit. And remember, this is against Bitcoin, so Bitcoin is still rising. So that's a good sign. And let's look at it against Ethereum, where you can see it rising a little bit more. So that's good. I'm pretty much, though, I started buying Quantum a little earlier, before it had its boost, and so I think I'm in it around $10. So I'm in the money a little bit, but I think that's it. Let's go back to Bitcoin, see if it broke that top yet, that high, 74.50. So you guys go ahead and get on with your day. I'm just going to sit here and watch the Bitcoin chart on the 1 minute chart. Just stare at it, just watch it. No, I'll probably get something else done, but I think if Segwit2X just went away, it would really be good for Bitcoin. Not because I think the Segwit2X people do want to improve it, because I think the transaction times are extremely inconvenient for businesses like Coinbase and the other signatories of this thing called the New York Agreement, where a bunch of miners and some of the emerging businesses said, yes, let's move towards Segwit2X. But I think you're going to see a lot of those people back out, just because it seems like a failed idea, and because we've had all these other hard forks, and it's just like enough already with the hard forks. Bitcoin needs to be improved without dividing, but it's going to divide, because we are human beings, we are people. It's like the Catholic Church had a monopoly for a long time till Martin Luther nailed his theses, his complaints to the wall of to the door of the church, and then the Protestant Reformation happened. Think of it like the Catholic Church was Bitcoin, and the Protestant Reformation is the altcoins, right? Then we had the Presbyterians, the Methodists, the Lutherans, the Episcopalians. We have the Baptists. We got the Quakers, the Shakers, the candlestick makers. We got all kinds of different religions that just split off because they couldn't agree with each other. And to me, that's such an example of the human mind and how we hate conflict, and we all want to be right, and we have different ideas and different perspectives, and it can be really, really frustrating, and people can get upset and take things personally, and then almost a religious fervor begins to take hold, and that's what I see kind of happening here, is that like there's a whole religious fervor for Ethereum Classic. Like, why would you waste your time with Ethereum Classic? It was a contentious hard fork, and it was done. Ethereum basically did it to protect themselves from an attacker, right? Who was trying to take over the whole network. And it's just like, yeah, why would you want that? I want something that is really good from the ground up, which is why I like Litecoin, why I like Dash. They have their second generation coins. They've been improved. That's why I like Quantum. That's why I like EOS. They're massive improvements. They've started where Bitcoin and Ethereum are, and they have gone way ahead of it, but they haven't also been released or proven yet, right? They're much younger. So there's a space and a place for all of these different coins. And the only thing that I can say is I'm not buying Bitcoin at new highs. I will only buy it when it comes back, even though I'm gonna probably move my dollar cost averaging to either Ethereum or Litecoin until we have a really serious pullback from Bitcoin. I don't know. It was driving me nuts. I couldn't do it. I couldn't just automatically buy Bitcoin every single day when it's just like cranking up these new highs. And again, I should have, right? Because like if I bought $20 here and then $20 here, and then $20 here, and then $20 here, then I'm still in the money, right? Maybe I should go back. But you see, this is what we do. We make a decision, we put something into place, and then we change it. That's what I do. That's one of my greatest weaknesses. I change my plan. But you need to change your plan. You need to be flexible because this shit changes, right? So if you're too rigid, it's gonna hurt. If you're not rigid enough, if you're not disciplined enough, it's gonna hurt. So that's to me why this kind of work, this trading or investing, and there's a difference. If you're doing it every day and you're making trades every day, you're trading. But if you're more long-term, you're investing. So I'm not sure what I want to be yet, right? I'm still learning. I'm still exploring. So we are, again, as I've said before, people, let's just take a moment of silence, take a breath in, and realize we are at historic moments. This is something that is changing the world as we speak. And so it is a window into history that is your window. It's not the mainstream news's window. Do you know what I mean? You are looking at it yourself. And some of us who can talk are showing up, and we're the commentators, right? We're not waiting for the professionals. We are just talking to each other and exploring this and helping each other, hopefully, to find a way to interact with these markets in a way that secures our future financially so that we can have a better life and we can get away from the shenanigans that the Federal Reserve and the central banks around the world have been perpetrating upon the populace of the planet. That's a lot of P's. And I think that's it for today, people. I love you. This is so much fun. I just look forward to this. And I appreciate your input and your feedback. And let's see what happens today. All right? Have a good one. Please don't chase the highs, people. Buy low, sell high. Just remember that. Buy low, sell high. Buy low, sell high. Look at some of the other markets and make sure they're good projects, right? Don't just be shooting, for a bunch of cheap ICOs, right? Be safe out there, be intelligent, learn as much as you can. And I've promised you guys a video, which I will hopefully get done today, a video of some of the people that I find really helpful when I have a question. I'm trying to understand this stuff and wrap my head around it, which is not always easy. And I'm going to make a little video with those guys, and I think that's it for today. So if you like this, please subscribe, give me a thumbs up, and share it with somebody, and leave a comment below, and I think that's it. Let's start the music now.